Welcome to Tropical TV. Good night, my viewers. Hope you are doing well. Hope everybody's safe. Hope everybody's alright. Well, this is our trending. Well, I just found out about a story that made rounds on social media in the African continent, in the African country of Kenya to be exact. A viral video of a woman breastfeeding dog. You have a lot of immigrant workers who go to the oil-rich country Saudi Arabia to better their life and for job, but somehow they are being ferried to Saudi Arabia, and some of them end up in Dubai. They are being told lie because this young lady Pauline Washida, her family want information about her. Her family want answers ASAP, answers right now, pending the whereabouts of the body of their daughter, because the last call they get was from a stranger that their daughter was sick in Dubai and she was not offered work in Dubai. She was offered a job in Saudi Arabia, the oil-rich country. And what I don't like about this country, this so-called Muslim country to say, because it don't matter if you're black and you're in a Christian country. Other Christians with lighter skin complexion, different people, they are racist. And there's no different when you're black in an Arab country. Arab Muslims are also racist. There's racism in the Arab world, Christian world, in all religious aspects of life. There are people who are racist and said they are followers of Allah. Some say they are followers of Christ. And they are hypocrites, they are Gentiles, they are synagogue of Satan, wicked people. So, right now we are calling on the necessary authorities. We as black people, we need to come together. Worldwide, our people need to come together because we are lost. Things like this, people cannot turn a blind eye to things like this because these are trending. This is emotional. Astoria. Sad. So me make on so agwan people.
Details. Charles Washira is a father experiencing great pain at the moment. On 7th of August this year, he was informed through a call by a stranger in Dubai that her daughter was sick. All along, he knew her daughter was an immigrant worker who had traveled to Saudi Arabia but not Dubai.
Sasa akingojeka ndio alituambia ati ako Saudia. Ndio alipelekwa Saudia sio Dubai. Kwa hivyo kutoka tarehe 7 mwezi wa 8 aliniambia ati msichana yangu hasikii mzuri. Sasa tarehe 8 akaniambia amekufa. Sasa nilijaribu kumwambia aniletee, hakuniletea. Alinipigia simu, hakunichukulia simu.
One day later, he got a call that Pauline had died mysteriously. As at now, the father does not have details about her whereabouts and where she worked.
Alituambia alipelekwa moshari huko Saudia.
He has knocked on doors of several government and non-governmental organizations to no avail. Charles is yet to receive any communication from the recruitment agency that ferried her daughter to the Middle East.
Hiyo agent astakiwe kwa sababu hakunisaidia nitishie mwili ya mtoto yangu.
It's too painful. Every day I feel so much pain watching.
It is another sad tale from Phoebe Awino after her sister Susan Awino left Kenya to work in Saudi Arabia in October 2021. Sadly, she ended being taken to Iraq as an immigrant worker by her Kenyan agent, contrary to the initial agreement.
Nilichukua badeni yote, stress zote sistangu ananipatia na zimebanga. Sometimes I even lie to my mom. Magahushago. Namdanganya Susan akopoa. Susan anaendelea poa.
She has been ailing for some time in Iraq, leaving her family in anguish back at home.
ukiulizia kwa zile contact amekuwa akitumia akikupigia, wanakuambia juu yako wapi. Wanajibu yake alisasa mimi hapa ndipo naweka mbele tu, naweka mbele na mwaka sangu ya kunyonyesha mambwa.
But this disturbing video has caught the attention of Kenyans online. This lady, who allegedly traveled to Saudi Arabia weeks ago as an immigrant worker, is seen crying for help after being forced by her employer to breastfeed 2 puppies. She had just given birth in Kenya before leaving to Saudi Arabia to get some cash and send back home to care for her baby.
Jamani, saidieni nanyesha mambwa mimi binadamu jamani.
And you can ask yourself, before she was given puppies to feed, to breastfeed, what happened to her before this? What, grueling experience she went through? What problems did she see?
She's crying for well-wishers and the government to intervene and bring her back to Kenya. She's one among hundreds of Kenyans and their families that have been crying for repatriation.
Mimi hata Saudi ukaniambia nirudi siwezi. Life uko ni ngumu. Wanafanya watu madharau.
Even have others who have been arrested, prosecuted and jailed merely for raising complaints, for raising their concerns about how they are treated in those detention centers.
Ni kuzunguka. Susan anapelekwa kwa hii, kesho ako kwa hii, kesho ako kwa hii. Sometimes Susan anakuambia mimi ikiendelea zaidi nitatoka hapa if niko na nijirushe. Narudi na sister yangu hapana. Vumilia.
Kotu Secretary General Francis Atwoli is now asking President William Ruto to take action and ban all Kenyan recruitment agencies ferrying Kenyans to work in the Middle East countries where they are treated as slaves.
I've said time and again that these agents of employment bureaus and employment agents in Kenya must be banned. They take our children to Saudi Arabia to die, to come back in coffins and so on. I'm appealing to President William Samoei Ruto's government to stop this menace of taking our children to Saudi Arabia.
Kotu boss accusing some of the recruitment agencies of negligence as they are run by powerful people in the country.
Issue of creating so many employment agencies. Some of these employment agencies are run by our government officers, which complicates the matter for our young men and women who wants to seek for jobs outside Kenya. And even if they complain, nobody's listening to them.
Human rights groups have also demanded the immediate repatriation of suffering Kenyans.
This one cannot be tolerated by any responsible government, cannot be accepted by our government. We must respect the employment requirements which have been accepted globally.
We feel action has to be taken now, because at this level we'll be receiving more in caskets if we don't take action now. We have others who are very ill as we speak.
This comes at a time that the neighboring Ugandan government is preparing to repatriate more than 500 Ugandan migrant workers stranded in the Arabian Peninsula, countries of Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates and Oman, among others.
Dear Mr. President, you promised us about bottom up. Let the bottom up start from Saudi Arabia. Let the bottom up start with our girls in Iraq.
We are telling Mr. President, you promised us freedoms. You promised us dignity. Kwa watu wa chini. Now watu wa chini are in Saudi Arabia suffering. They have got no water to drink.
I want to appeal to the incoming young Minister for Labor to follow Phyllis Kandie's footsteps, because what she did when she was the Minister for Labor during the first term of President Kibaki, she banned all employment agencies. This young girl breastfeeding puppies, she's back. She's crying. She's really crying. She doesn't know what to do.
We are saying if you don't bring back our girls within 1 week, we shall storm the Saudi Arabia embassy in Kenya. We shall storm that embassy. We will not relent. We will not go back until all our girls are brought back.
Willy Lusigekiti News in Nairobi.
You can imagine an agency in your country and look people for work, and when them look people for work and you go overseas as an immigrant worker, the first thing you go through bad treatment, racism, that's not tolerable. You can't have no tolerance when it comes to human rights, tolerance for injustice, tolerance for fascism, tolerance for hatred, tolerance for racism. And the leading government of Kenya need to do something. The leading government, the William U2 cabinet members, nobody come out and say nothing. They need to do something. Only the opposition party and members of the human rights community. And it seems like certain things that get swept under the carpet, because in many instances, things like this happen to black people worldwide. Germany, Africans are dead. Certain other part of Europe, Africans are dead, face racism. Not just in America. In Saudi Arabia, the same thing. Not even the know say them are send Africans go Iraq to work. And them face the harsh reality of life is that it seems like nobody not care, because the people them are face imaginable danger under harsh circumstances, because it seems like nobody not care, and it seems like the government agency are the agencies that recruit them are powerful in a Kenya, and them can do whatever they want, because this not just happen, this happen for a long time. So I hope people them can come together and answer the people them cry, the parents who want to see about them daughters alive, return home alive and healthy, in health, in life and living color, not just return home in a coffin. I'm a real feel this. My heart goes out to the family. You know? Condolences to every Kenyan parent who lose a daughter in another unfortunate event here, unfortunate situation happening in Kenya right now. So subscribe to Tropical TV and big up on yourself. This is how I go on.